The thing about it is really when you lose a fight, it just bothers you. It hurts inside. Like
Mhm.
when you really enjoy this and you have so much passion, you put so much time in it and effort and wanting to be, like you want to win this. And when it happens, you just gotta find that positivity and just like you gotta just ride with it and love it and find something, little parts of that fight and take it out of the negative and just
Mhm.
make it positive and just that's all you can do and just keep on going because if once you stop it's over, there's no
Yeah.
more going back. I mean, you don't want to retire, you don't want to think like that, you just want to keep on going. At least that's what I feel like I don't know, I just have so much passion, so much love for this. Like when I go to the cage I'm just like that's I, I love it, man. It's the craziest feeling ever to really describe. I mean, you just love it.
Christopher, you're a husband, dad. You're also a professional MMA fighter based out there at the Academy of Brian Johnson. Thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back to the beginning, man. Where did you grow up? What's childhood like for you?
What was that?
Let's go back to the beginning. Where did you grow up and what was childhood like for you?
I was born in Lewiston, Idaho. Childhood was interesting. I guess that's kind of like where I originally started fighting a lot. My childhood was hard.
Yeah.
And I pretty much lived with my grandma. She
Okay.
saved my life in all this
Awesome.
aspect. And I don't know, pretty much it started there. She teach me like the country life and how to be strong. And, it's my mom's was a very bad person. So I had to get away from that.
Sure.
So
I understand, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm out here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho now, so that's awesome that you are based out there in Lewiston. And like we were just chatting, man, I lived out in Seattle area for a bit there. Know Brian Johnson really well. Tapology doesn't show your amateur career. So when did you start training and getting into fighting for MMA?
I think that was 2006. I was 8. Dang, it's a long time. I was 18 years old around that age.
Okay.
And we were at a party, and one of the promoters was there, and he said, "Do you want to fight?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I came to the place they were having the fight at. It was like a bar, and one of the guys dropped out. He was like 170, and I was like 170, no problem. And I jumped in the cage, and the fight ended in 13 seconds. And it was like that's where it went all from there. It was
Okay.
just jumping in the cage and doing it. I mean, there's nothing more to it.
Come on, man. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. You train out there with Brian Johnson and the guys out there at his academy. Brian and his team they're so awesome. But how did you get connected with Brian? And what is something he's told you that's kind of really stuck with you?
I think Brian's aspect is more of he never gives up on you. He always pushes you to that limit where you really understand, are you able to do things you imagine that you cannot do? You can do anything with him. He's that kind of guy that will never give up on you, and he always brings out the best in you. It's really amazing because like you don't know you got it until he really brings everything out of you. I mean, he digs deep down inside you and he brings the very best, and he never stops. I mean,
Come on.
that's how we go there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good, dude. And it looked like all of your pro fights have been with Cagesport. I've worked with Cagesport before in the past with some things, and they're great folks to work with there. Long time back in the day, like you and I were talking, like probably 2000 and man 12, 2013 when I last saw a live fight out there in Cagesport there. But what's been your experience working with those guys?
I love it. I mean, they're amazing promotion. I mean, I did boxing with them too one time.
Nice.
It was just everything's a great experience with them, and it's never a bad time. It's always a fun time. Even in the back, you see all the guys, and you're like, you love them all. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And every fighter experiences losses at some point in their career. When you lose a fight, what's the first thing that you do? And then how do you mentally push that to the side to prepare for your next battle?
The thing about it is really when you lose a fight, it just bothers you. It hurts inside. Like
Mhm.
when you really enjoy this and you have so much passion, you put so much time in it and effort and wanting to be, like you want to win this. And when it happens, you just got to find that positivity and just like, you got to just ride with it and love it and find something, little parts of that fight and take it out of the negative and just make it positive, and just that's all you can do, and just keep on going, because if once you stop, it's over. There's no more going back. I mean, you don't want to retire, you don't want to think like that, you just want to keep on going. At least that's what I feel. I feel like I don't know, I just have so much passion, so much love for this. Like when I go to the cage, I'm just like, that's I love it, man. It's the craziest feeling ever to really describe. I mean, you just love it. It's kind of like when you're the best way to describe it, I think, is like when you're in football as a young kid and you leave that, you're like, oh my God, that was so fun. And is that passion for football and all that stuff, and you leave it and you never like you never go back. And then I don't want that. I
Right.
want to just keep on going and enjoying the ride, enjoying the process, enjoying everything about it. I
Come
mean,
on.
I really do love this.
Yeah, that's so good, dude. I'm a big fan, dude. I love like being on this side of the cage. So I thank you for what you do, man. One of the things I saw on your Instagram is you have this calendar, and on there you wrote reset, restart, redefine. What does that mean?
So I base everything off this calendar. So when my fight camp happens, I eat food off this calendar. I prep off this calendar. The days will be like, I'll do 5 miles off this calendar. I have to do everything on the calendar, because if I don't, then that's not going to work for me. It's just kind of like, it's the best way to describe it is like a robot. I'm a robot on this calendar, and I got to do everything on this calendar to achieve what I need to get to. So.
Come on. That's awesome, man. There's a lot of MMA fighters shifting to bare knuckle boxing right now. What are your thoughts on bare knuckle boxing? Is that something that you would ever look to get into?
I've actually been thinking like about bare knuckle boxing and kickboxing and BJJ and all that stuff. And I'm not declining any of those. I'm down for all of it, to be truthful at this point. And I mean, my main goal though is MMA, and that's where I started. That's what I love, and that's what I love doing. So
yeah. I've had Ken Shamrock on my show twice and talking about his bare knuckle promotion, man. And he's so sold on like, hey, bare knuckle boxing is way safer than MMA. You take less punches to the head. It's a lot worse looking, I think, when you get them in the ring when you're doing bare knuckle. But I don't know, man. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm starting to see all these guys, the UFC, Bellator, heading that way. I think they get paid a lot more probably in that side. Who knows? But man, pretty crazy. What's next for you, man? When are you step back in the cage? You got anything lined up?
I'm thinking we're thinking maybe in January, but really it could happen anytime.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy that let's go. I don't like the long layoffs, and that's a really big issue for me right now is long layoffs, and it just like bothers me because I want to go. I don't really care about slowing down at all.
Yeah. Right on, man. Well, I want to do a transition to some fun questions here. One of the things that I love is music. So like, I'm a big fan of music. What's the favorite type of music for you? Do you have a favorite band that you like to listen to?
Mostly country, Brooks and Dunn's, Johnny Cash, like some older tunes. I like that. Just the kind of feel good music out here. So.
Yeah. When you're cutting weight and in that camp there, and then you get that win, or you get done with your fight there, what's that first cheat meal that you got to go eat?
Probably Mexican.
Okay.
I love Mexican a lot. That's my go-to.
That's awesome, dude. Do you have a favorite fighter?
I don't have a favorite fighter. I just have friends that are fighters that I really enjoy watching. Dylan, Seven Linford. Who else would be a good one? Of course, Brandon. Brandon Monteith.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my favorite fighters. I don't like go to the UFC and I don't like them. Like I like them, but I'm not like they're not my favorite fighters.
Totally. Yeah.
Mostly my friends and what they're doing in life. I like them.
Yep. Both Dylan and Brandon have been on my show, man, and they're great dudes, man, and awesome to see the improvement in their fights and see where they're going, man. It's so cool. Dude, I also wanted to give you an opportunity to give a shout out to coaches, teammates, sponsors, anything like that, man. The camera's all yours, bro.
Oh yeah, Academy of Brian Johnson, JJ Martin, Cap City BJJ, Paul and Swan, Brandon Monteith, and that's all.
Come on, man. Dude, Christopher, it's such an honor to have you on my show, man. Really appreciate it. I'm excited to see you back in the cage, man. You're an absolute warrior, dude. Thank you so much for taking time out of your morning to jump on, man. I appreciate it. Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching the show. I really appreciate it. Hey, I just wanted to do a quick introduction. If you've not seen my show or you don't know the services that I offer, I wanted to drop them to you right now. One, I do voiceover work. So if you're looking for a voiceover person to cover your motivational videos, or maybe it's Kickstarter videos or whatever it is, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you out there. I also work with brands on brand and product videos. So they'll send me their products to do reviews or box openings. Let me know. I'd love to work with you on your product as well and help you get that product out there. I also love to be able to share my story. So if I can make an impact on one person at your next speaking engagement, let me know. I love to talk about my story. I love to talk about how our past does not define our future, and morning routines and being consistent, how to be around those successful people that are just going to lift you up. Let's chat about having me speak at your next event. Let's make it happen. Again, thank you so much for checking out this show. Check out ericgalenmedia.com. Really appreciate your time. Have an awesome day.